Hey folks, Lamar here. Welcome back to the channel. Before we begin, this is a clarification for the video. It's a little past our prime date, but we got it out and hopefully you guys enjoy. This is our top 5 RPG games for beginners. Hope you enjoy them. Peace. We're going to start with number 1 on my list, Mass Effect. How many of you ever played Mass Effect? None of you, if you watch this video. I'm assuming some of you have. But Mass Effect is a third-person RPG shooter sci-fi. Meaning, if you mix all those together, you have an RPG that's a third-person shooter. Mass Effect was one of the few RPG games that I've deep dove. Pretty much I jumped in all the way and it was amazing. I had such a blast playing that game. One, it was my third RPG game, and two, it was a shooter. Honestly, I got that game on a whim, and one thing about Mass Effect that I really loved was the classifications and the small introduction to different RPG games that you could play, or RPG elements that were into the game. The game allowed you to have various skills and various different classes. Of course, it was my second or third RPG game. It was my second to third RPG game I've ever played or realized I've played that allowed you to choose if you wanted to be a soldier, if you wanted to be a sentinel, someone who's kind of in between, a bitonic, which I believed only used hybrid moves. And the game gave you that choice. And for me, it was like, wow, I get all of these options because it was an RPG game. Usually RPG games are classed and they give you different styles of things to play with. And I love that. And one thing the game did that made it easier for me, it had a skill automation. So it pretty much helped you with choosing your skill, your specialty, along with your team. That was another thing I enjoyed about this game. It brought a team-based RPG element to it. Most of the games I've played didn't have that. So playing this, it gave me a chance to get a hold of that RPG element. And it wasn't turn-based, which was slowly turning me off, like most of you guys. The turn-based RPG games kind of are pushing everyone back, but Mass Effect, loved it. Number 2 on our list, One Piece Odyssey. Now, hold on. I know it's One Piece Odyssey. I just told you guys a game that had shooter elements, and now I'm giving you guys a turn-based element game. Remember, this is for beginners. So, One Piece Odyssey, it's not too difficult, but it also introduces a lot of RPG elements that are really great for your gaming. Keep in mind, a lot of talking is in RPG games. I get that, but with One Piece Odyssey, it does 2 things for you. One, it introduces you to the world of turn-based RPGs, and 2, if you're an anime lover, you'll love this one. So to tell you the story, it's pretty simple. Kind of use flashbacks from the entire show. If you've never watched One Piece, what are you waiting for? But One Piece is a really good game for RPG beginners because it teaches you the rock, paper, scissors system that most RPG games uses. For example, bruisers, you have technical and speed. Bruisers are powerful against speed, speed over technical, and technical over powerhouse. That's what it is. But you also have an introduction to team management like Mass Effect. One Piece gives you a deeper dive to the team management where not only do you focus on 4 characters, but you also give them commands to what they should do and how they should attack or defend. You also have to keep in touch if someone's on low health. Now you have to help heal them. This is not hard, I'll say. It's not hard because one thing, this game, it's not that hard. There's no real difficulty to this game. Boss fights can be a little challenging, I will say, but all you have to do is just remember bruisers over speed, speed over technical, technical over bruisers. And it's powerhouse. I don't know why I keep saying bruiser, but you get what I mean by that. One Piece Odyssey is a really good game for RPG lovers who are not afraid of turn-based, and it's a little voiced. A lot of the game does have some voiceover, not all, but I'll say a good 60%. Coming in at number 3 would be the Yakuza games. Oh, the Yakuza games. Yakuza does a great job of keeping the action for those who want to fight while giving those who like stats to find what to improve on as skills grow and as you continue to progress through the game. The more you play, the deeper down the rabbit hole you will go. There are a total of 12 Yakuza games. You don't have to play them all unless you want to. And trust me, you will get sucked into that universe, but that's fine. How can I explain this? The Yakuza games are a classic beat 'em up, and each one is amazing. But Yakuza 3 is a classic beat 'em up style that involves RPG elements to a very minimum. This game is for anyone who's looking to keep action and who's looking to prioritize action with a little bit of RPG just to go a long way. I promise you guys, this game was peak when it first came out. Inshin Like a Dragon just came out. Same elements. There's all RPG to it, minimally. But this is for anyone who wants to constantly fight and not have to worry about stats. That's what this game brings. It's more of an action RPG, and it allows people to kind of dip their toes into the water. Yeah, Yakuza games are always fun to play. Our next game for RPG beginners, Hogwarts Legacy. This game has it all. It has great side missions along with main missions that you don't have to do. You do not have to do all of the side missions in order to get somewhere. All you have to do is the main missions. The only time you have to do side missions were for powers. To get all of your powers, it did become side quests, but they never truly slowed the game down. They never made you feel like, oh, why do I have to do this? Well, you need to learn the power, so there you go. Unlike majority of RPG games, The Witcher 3. Love that game, by the way. A lot of the side quests did become kind of fetchy in The Witcher 3, but they also told an amazing story. So as an RPG lover, play devil's advocate with it. So hear me out. Hogwarts Legacy, great game. It's a mixture between melee and range, and the mechanics to this game are very simple, and this game does a great job at holding your hand. Hey guys, apparently I forgot a piece into the script, so here it is. The game holds your hand at a really great pace. Of course, you can turn off the tutorial, as I will say later on in this video. You can turn off the tutorial, but the game holds your hand long enough for you to get the ropes of the game. That's up to maybe level 10, maybe 11. Once you get there, then You pretty much know what to do and how to face in a combat. The combat system is not complex, but it's enough challenge for more advanced RPG lovers and easy enough for beginner RPG lovers. And that's why it holds your hand. It does a really good job teaching beginners how to evolve into this game and get immersed into it. Not only does it do a great job at holding your hand, but it also gives you great advice. Of course, you can turn off the tutorials, but because you want to get into these RPG adventure games, this game gives you plenty of action, plenty of story, plenty. So what I mean by it's a little more of the moderate RPG gamers is because there are elements involving and those elements are the crafting and gear system. The gear system becomes a little complex for new beginners, but it's okay because it doesn't make a huge difference for your gameplay. The reason why is because it only involves your attack, defense, and health. When you see an arrow pointing up, that's good. When it's pointing down, that's bad, of course. And if it's a minus sign, it doesn't affect it, which is why it's so very shallow for this crafting system towards the gear. My recommendation really is anything green, just highlight it and attach it to your character. That's what makes the system so simple, but makes it moderate for new beginners to RPG games. It's not complex because of how shallow Hogwarts Legacy's crafting system is. There are elements that involve gear. You get to modify your wand. You get to modify your gear. Your gear has attributes that can boost your attack and defense and health, but that's it. Other RPG games have intelligence and dexterity and endurance and everything else in between. Hogwarts Legacy doesn't. It's a little more in depth for those who love RPG games, but there isn't a total scale of in depth as far as Hogwarts Legacy go, because it still has a shallow to how much of the RPG element that the game offers. Sorry. Another thing about Hogwarts Legacy, it's a wizard game. Who doesn't like wizards? Don't you like magic? Don't you? Anyway, my favorite thing about Hogwarts Legacy was the character customization. It's pretty detailed, from skin complexion to blemishes to hairstyle, and the game just looks freaking amazing. I'm not a Harry Potter fan. No way am I ever gonna be. But a Hogwarts fan? Legacy? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm ready for part 2. Anyway, but Hogwarts Legacy is a moderate level for beginners. It's easy, then it gets moderate, but I guarantee you, when you first start playing it, you will be immersed. You wouldn't stop playing this game. It's a little long. It's not as long as Mass Effect, but it does tend to scale up to 25 to 30 hours. I guarantee you get your money's worth with this game. Next on our list, I believe this is number 4. I kind of went out of order. Oh well. Dragon Age. There's a series. It's 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one. Dragon Age 2, and then Dragon Age Inquisition. They're actually a little different. Number 1 and 2 are turn-based, while the 3rd one's more action style RPG. The difference, turn-based is I attack, you attack, you attack, I attack. Action RPG, like Hogwarts Legacy, there's no turn-based style. You just attack, you have cooldown sessions, but the game never stops going. And that's usually what brings people who love RPG games and people who want to get involved. So I suggest you try Dragon Age Inquisition. It's the third installment to the Dragon Age series, and it's also the closest to action RPG you'll get. And I think doing that, you guys will get that chance to see what having a class of a role-playing game would be when you have multiple roles that all do the different things. A mage, an archer, a thief, a warrior. Those classes there, they all do different things and they all have different value to your team, and it's up to you to manage that team and how you want your character to develop, because it's not just taking care of one character like Mass Effect does. Dragon Age also allows you to take care of everyone. You can also play with each character. That's the cool part. So I suggest Dragon Age Inquisition. Number 5, Fable. Fable is the first RPG game from my recognition of playing. Old school, 2004 Xbox days. And Fable, it's like a first love. Fable was the RPG game that brought action RPG to life, and it made it easy. You didn't have to worry about crafting. You didn't have to worry about what? You didn't have to worry about fetch questing. You didn't have to worry about being stuck on this level because you can't get to a certain level of experience. You didn't have to grind it out. I will say this, there's one mission very towards the end of Fable I got stuck on, and a friend of mine told me how to pass it, but I could not for the love of God get past this level. And before I knew it, my character was like 112 years old. Anyway, Fable has a progression stage, but Fable didn't have a lot of the RPG elements that a lot of people complain about now. There's no fetch questing, there's no crafting. If you wanted a new weapon, you would just have to buy it or find it. Yes, you were able to find a lot of powerful weapons. I remember they used to have these demon doors. That part was a little grindy, I will say that. It was a little grindy because you had to get to a certain level in order to open it. Some of them, I believe, you used to use just keys to open them, but that was a grinding part of the game. And yeah, Fable had emotes. Fable had a lot of things that made the game great. I used to just be evil because of the morality system. So yeah, those are our top 5 RPG games for beginners. Peace. Oh, and one more thing. If you made it this far into the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and comment down below and tell us the games that you think should have been on this list, or tell us if we made a shitty list. It's up to you guys. Comment down below 5 games you think should have been on this list, and we'll probably add them into our next one. Peace.